Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'll be reading Isaiah chapter 15. Let's see. Prophecy against Moab. The burden against Moab. Because in the night Ar of Moab is laid waste and destroyed, and because in the night Kir of Moab is laid waste and destroyed, he has gone up to the temple and Dibon, to the high places to weep. Moab will wail over Nebo and over Medeba. On all their heads will be baldness, and every beard cut off. In their streets they will clothe themselves with sackcloth. On the tops of their houses and in their streets everyone will wail, weeping bitterly. Heshbon and Eliah will cry out. Their voice shall be heard as far as Jahaz. Therefore the armed soldiers of Moab will cry out. His life will be burdensome to him. These names are kind of hard to pronounce, but I'm trying to do the best I can. My heart will cry out to Moab. His fugitives shall flee to Zor, like a 3-year-old heifer. For by the accent of Lahith they will go up with weeping. For in the way of Horonaim they will raise up a cry of destruction. For the waters of Nimrim will be desolate. For the green grass has withered away, the grass fails, there is nothing green. Therefore the abundance they have gained, and what they have laid up, they will carry away to the brook of the willows. For the cry has gone all around the borders of Moab. It's wailing to Eglaim, and it's wailing to Bir Elim. For the waters of Dimon will be full of blood, because I will bring more upon Dimon. Lions upon him who have escaped from Moab, and on the remnant of the land. Pretty interesting. We're reading Ecclesiastes March I keep saying that. I'm not reading Ecclesiastes because I'm almost done with that book, but that name Ecclesiastes is always on my mind. But I'm gonna be reading Streams in the Desert. Then Jacob prayed, O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who said to me, go back to your country and your relatives, and I'll make you prosper. Save me, I pray. Genesis 32:9-11. There are many healthy aspects of Jacob's prayer. In some respect, it could serve as a mold into which we pour out our own spirits while we are being melted in the fiery furnace of sorrow. Jacob began by quoting God's promise twice and by saying, who said to me, and you have said. Verse 12. See how he has God in his grasp. God places himself within our reach through his promises. And when we can actually say to him, you have said, he cannot say no. God must do as he has said. If Jacob was so careful over his words, what great care will God take over his promises? Therefore, while in prayer, be sure to stand firmly on a promise of God. By doing so, you will obtain enough power to throw open the gates of heaven, to take it by force. From Practical Portions for the Prayer Life. Jesus desires that we would be very specific in our requests, asking for something infinite. What do you want me to do for you? Matthew 20:32 is the question he asks everyone who comes to him during trials and affliction. Make your requests earnestly and specifically. If you desire definite answers, it is the aimlessness of prayer that accounts for so many seemingly unanswered prayers. Be specific in your petitions. Fill out your check for something definite, and it will be cashed at the bank of heaven when it is presented in Jesus' name. Dare to be specific with God. Francis Ridley Havergal once said, every year I live, in fact, nearly every day, I seem to see more clearly how all the peace, happiness, and power of the Christian life hinges on one thing. That one thing is taking God at His word, believing He really means exactly what He says, and accepting the very words that reveal His goodness and grace without substituting other words, or changing the precise moods and tenses He has seen fit to use. Take Christ's word, His promise, and Christ's sacrifice, His blood, with you to the throne of grace through prayer, and not one of heaven's blessings can be denied you. Adam Clark. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of that. I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.